Hi, I'm back. It's the next day for me because I didn't get a chance to come back to do this. So you should have finished up to round 17, which was 60 single crochet in each. So 1 single crochet in each single crochet. So right now we're going to start the decreases. So we're going to do 9 single crochet, decrease 6 times. There will be 9 single crochets in between each decreases. We're not going to be staggering anything anymore. This is just going to be regular decrease rows. So we're going to start. I split my yarn. Okay, 1, 2. So this is round 18. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a decrease. So we're going to do this all the way around. I might not do the whole round with you because after we finish this, we're going to end up with 60 single crochets at the end after we do the 9 decrease. 60 single crochets. And then we're going to do 2 rows of 60. So that's 19 and 20. I'll do it one more time with you, the 9 single crochet and then decrease. And then you guys go ahead and do 19 and 20, which is 1 single crochet in each single crochet for a total of 60. And then we'll come back and do more. Okay, so I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a decrease. Yeah, so you continue the round with doing 9 single crochet decrease. You're going to end the row with a decrease, and then go on and do round 19 and 20, which is 1 single crochet in each round. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, it's really loud around here right now, so I'm only going to film for a little bit, and then I'm going to let you guys do it on your own for a little bit, and I'll come back. And I'm going to do it like that for the next few rows because there's construction going on outside. I don't know if you can hear it. It stopped for a second right now, actually. And since I'm not going to be filming for a long time, I'm not going to close the curtain because I like the light. So, yeah, the streaks are going to be there. And I hope that doesn't affect how you see what I'm doing. But at this point, you're going to be mostly listening because I'm going to just do a little bit and then I'll get off. Okay, so at this point we've gotten 60 single crochet all the way around. We have done 9 single crochet decrease and then 2 rows of just single crochet in every stitch.
No, it's 8 single crochet decrease.
Yeah, now we're about to start 8 single crochet decrease. So what we're going to do right now is going to do 8 single crochet decrease 6 times.
And then once you're done with that, you do 54 single crochets.
Yeah, so you're going to be, when you're at the end of this round, you're going to have 54 single crochets. So I'm going to do the repeat twice.
I have a quick question.
Hold on one sec. All right, so I'm back. So we're going to start, I'm going to do the repeat with you twice, which is 8 single crochet decrease. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we're on round 21 right now. And if I seem like I'm going really fast, I apologize. I just want to catch the quiet before the jackhammering starts again.
Wait, the
1. Even so.
Wait, also I want to say that you also have to do 54 single crochets after you...
We're not on that row yet. Don't jump the gun. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my yarn? No wonder it feels weird. 6, 7, 8. Decrease. Again, we're going to do 8 single crochet decrease all the way around, which means we're going to have we're going to do it 6 times, and we're going to end with a decrease in the round, and we'll have 54 single crochets at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on, give me 1 minute and I'll answer your question. 8, and then decrease. So just continue around this round doing 8 single crochet decrease. You will have a decrease at the end. We're not doing any more of the, I forgot what I call them. Those rows where, you know, you're going to end with the single crochet. You're going to end with a decrease. And then after that, for round 22, do 54 single crochets. So finish round 21, which is 8 single crochet decrease, and then round 22, which is 54 single crochet, and then we'll meet back. Okay, so I am back. Again, this is going to be a quick, where I'll do a little bit with you and then let you go. It's almost lunchtime. There's still jackhammering. You can still hear it from this room, even though the door is closed. I don't know if it's coming up on camera. It's loud. Living in urban spaces. Anyways,
it's you found when you're living in a city.
Yeah, it's something you have to deal with sometimes. Yeah. All right, so now I'm gonna do 7 single crochet decrease all the way around. This is round 23, and it's going to be 7 single crochet decrease, and at the end of the round you're going to have 48 single crochet. Now I'm going to do the repeat of the round twice with you guys, and then I'll let you do the rest on your own so you could avoid the noise. And again, there is streaks on the table from the sun, but I don't want to close the curtains for just a few minutes. I'd rather have the light come in, basically. So I apologize for the streaks, but it's going to go. It's going to move slowly. It's already moved. It's not in the middle right now. All right, so we're going to start our round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're going to do a decrease. I'm making lunch right now too. So I'm crocheting, making lunch, and filming all at the same time. Talk about multitasking. I just put the pasta into the water, and hopefully, since I'm not going to be filming for long, by the time I go check on it, it'll be fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh boy, children. I don't know if you can hear it, and if you can't, I'm not going to tell you what's going on, but children, you gotta love them. All right, so that's the decrease. So we just did 7 single crochet decrease, and we're going to continue doing 7 single crochet decrease all the way around until we get to the end. Again, this is not, I am so lost. I know my terminology, but I can't remember it. We're going to go all the way around. We're going to end up with a decrease. There's going to be no single crochets at the end. It's just a decrease. So it's going to be 7, decrease, 7, decrease, 7, decrease, 7, decrease, 4 more times. 7 single crochet decrease. And at the end, you should have, oh, my iPad went to sleep. Sometimes I think I should print out my patterns when I'm working on a video, and then on other times, and then I think of the printer, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with the printer. So at the end of this round, you're going to have 48 single crochet. You're going to deal with my printer? Thank you. You're going to end up with 48 single crochets, and then you're going to do round 24, which is the next round, and that's another 48 single crochet. 1 single crochet, every single crochet all the way around, and then we'll meet back. Yes, sweet. Okay, I'm back. I fed the kids, and I finished my rounds. So I finished up to round 24, which was 48 single crochets. Remember when I left you, we were doing 7 single crochet decrease, and at the end of that round, which was round 23, we had 48 single crochet. Then round 24, we have 48 single crochet, which I have just finished. Now, if you're putting safety eyes on the doll, go ahead and do it now. I am not putting safety eyes because I'm intending this to go to, well, I don't have any intention for this, but I wanted to be able to be going to a newborn. And even though when you put on a safety eyes and you put the washer on and you're like, oh my God, that washer is not going anywhere. You're absolutely right. It is not going anywhere. It is stuck in there. But guess what? It is easy to break the, I don't have safety eyes with me, but you know, like you have the safety eyes and then you have the stem. It is easy to break the eyes off the stem for kids. This I learned the hard way. And so when I'm making something that I intend for a newborn, I try not to put those on. Like, I know a newborn is not really going to break it, but I still, like, especially if I'm going to sell it, which I think I will be selling this, I am going to be like more cautious because I don't want anyone to get hurt because of anything I made. Okay, so we're going to start the bottom of the jellyfish. This is the whole body. So from here to there, we're done. And now we're going to start the bottom right here. So this one is just going to be simple decreases. So we're going to do first, the first round will be on the back loops only because we're going to come back to the front loops to do the trim. So the first round is going to be in the back loops only. We're going to do 6 single crochet decrease, then 5 single crochet decrease in the next row after that, which is round 26. I keep saying rows. I don't know why. So round 27 is going to be, 25 is going to be 6 single crochet in the back loops, decrease 6 times. Then we're going to have 5 single crochet decrease 6 times at round 26. 27 is 4 single crochet decrease times 6. 28 is 3 single crochet decrease times 6. 29 is 2 single crochet decrease times 6. 30 is single crochet decrease times 6, and then we're going to finish off with single crochet with 6 decreases for a total, and that's how we're going to close off the jellyfish. If you want to start stuffing now, go ahead. Because I'm filming, I'm not going to start stuffing now because I find it's really hard for you to see my stitches, and I don't know, I just find it hard to start stuffing so early when I'm filming. I usually would have already started stuffing if I had just been, you know, crocheting like I normally would. Okay, so we're working on the back loops. As you can see, I went into the back loop and picked up my single crochet there. So 1, 2, let's see, that's the back loop. See the front loop and the back loop? Can you see that? No, you cannot. Okay, so this is the front loop and that's the back loop. This is the back loop, this is the front loop. So I'm going to go in between. Am I even in? Okay, this is the back loop and this is the front loop. And what I'm going to go is in the middle of the V and go get my hook out of the back loop. I'm sure most of you, I know, I just thought I'd show it. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, and my iPad fell asleep. 4, 5, 6. Decrease. Did you guys notice that the sun went away? It's there for like a minute and then it's gone. 1. Hi, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I can't continue doing this on camera, so I'm going to tell you again what to do. So join me again when we're at the last part, which is finish off the bottom. So I'm just going to tell you what to do, and we'll do the trim together. We're going to do round 25. In the back loops only, like I just showed you, 6 single crochet decrease. And then at the end of the round, you're going to have 42 single crochets. Then on round 26, we're going to do 5 single crochet decrease at the, not back loops. You're going to go through both loops in that round, okay? Only round 25 is in the back loops. 5 single crochet decrease, and you're going to end up with 36 single crochets. You're going to do it 6 times. 27 is 4 single crochet decrease. 6 times, you're going to end up with 30 single crochet. 28 is 3 single crochet decrease. You're going to end up with 24 single crochets. 29 is 2 single crochet decrease. Again, these are all 6 times. You're going to end up with 18 single crochets. 30 is single crochet and then decrease. So 1 single crochet and then a decrease. And you're going to end up with 12, and then you're going to do 6 decreases. And that's going to be when I'm going to meet up with you again. If you are going to embroider eyes, I'm going to embroider the eye with you. If you put safety eyes on, put it now. I recommend around 19 for the safety eyes. But anyways, I gotta go. I've run out of time basically. So I gotta go. Go ahead and finish closing that off, and I'll be back when I can be back, and I'll do the rest. Bye. You take your needle and insert it onto the tail. Then you find the stitches. You have 6 stitches here because those are what we're going to try to close off. And then I'm going to call this like the inside of the hole, and that's outside. So you're going to work on the back, the front loops only, not the back loops, the front loops only in this. And you're going to use the needle and go into the front loop from the inside to outside, and you're going to pull it through. You're going to do it again all the way around. So inside to outside, inside to outside, inside to outside, inside to outside, and then inside to outside. So I went through all 6 stitches on the front loop with my needle, and I weaved the yarn through by going on the front loops, working from the inside to outside. So now all you have to do is give it a tug, and look, the hole is closed. So what you do right now is you find, it's really tiny, the hole right now, but you get into the same hole that you just closed up small, and you come out somewhere else, and you give it a nice firm tug, and there it is. It's inside. You have a nice flat bottom, and it looks great. So I made a mistake. I shouldn't have closed this off so quickly, but it's okay. You can adjust. So the first thing you're going to do is, sorry about the shaking, you're going to look for the back of your piece. So it's not that easy to tell, but this is how you tell. There's a place, if you look, it's all your front loops are right next to each other, except for right here, where you have a front loop here, and then you have one stitch below. So that's the back of your piece. So now that you know the back of your piece, you could trace up to the front of your piece. I say to go down to 19 stitches, count down to 19, but this one I did 18, so I think I'll stick to that. So since I don't have the hole open here, I'm going to have to go into a different place and put my needle in. Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'm going to go right in there, and I'm going to put it about here because you want the middle of the head to be around here. It's not an exact science. You could do it however you want to. I'm just being a little nitpicky. Okay, but you don't want the back, this part, to be in the front. So that's all you really need to make sure of. If it's in the side, it's in the side. Big deal. Okay, so from here, this is where I'm going to start my eye. I'm going to count 5 stitches this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my 5th stitch. Now I'm going to go down two rows, which is 1, 2, and go 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is where I want to come out with my needle, like this. Now before you tug it, make sure your yarn is under your needle, like that, and then pull. And there you have it. Now if you want to make it without eyelashes, go back into the same stitch as you put your, you came out of, and you're done. I'm going to make it with eyelashes, which will make it a little different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go one down and get out there. And I'm going to go one down and I'm going to come out 2 stitches beside it. So that's where I'm coming out. Now I'm going to find this stitch right here, which is where I had originally did the, 2 down, 3 across. And I'm going to go to the next stitch next to it. And I'm going to put my needle in there. And I'm going to go find the one next to it on this side and get my needle to come out that way. And I'm going to make sure my black yarn is under my needle at this point, at almost every point. And then I'm going to make, there's my second eyelash. Now I'm going to go to, again, 1, 2 stitches besides, right there. And I'm going to make the last lash. Now before I find out, I have to find out where I'm coming out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I put 7 single crochet between each of the eyes. So that's what I'm going to do again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to come out right here in this corner. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Right there. So 7 single crochet between the eyes. I'm going to finish this eyelash and come out where I'm going to start the next eye. So there is my first eye. Not too hard, right? So I'm going to do the same thing for this eye. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn it upside down to make it easier for me. I'm going to count 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to get into this corner and I'm going to come down 2 single crochet, 2 rows below and 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, which is around here. And I'm going to bring my needle out like that. I'm going to make sure my yarn is under the needle, and then I'm going to gently pull it. There we are. So now, again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go under 1 stitch below and put our thing there. And we're going to make sure our needle comes out 2 stitches on the same row, 2 stitches away. Like that. Now, we're going to go back to this stitch where we had the beginning of it, which was the one we did to make the round. It looks like a V now, but this will fix it. We're going to go there to the next stitch. This is the next stitch. So I'm going to bring the yarn because I want the yarn to be under the needle. So I'm going to bring the yarn down and make the next stitch, and I'm going to come out 2 stitches away, or the one that's right next to on the other side, to this stitch, and pull it through like that. And then I'm going to go down 1 row but 2 away from this. So 1, 2, this is it. Now I'm going to come out where I had, like, if I had done this right, or the way I like to do it, I would have come out here, but because I did it like this, I'm coming out to the side here. And there are my eyes. Sleepy eyes. Sleepy eyes. I don't remember if I'm going to turn the videos around or not, because right now the videos, this is the right way, but if I turn the video around, it'll be facing this way. But anyway, so how do I finish this off? I have to secure the eyes. I double knot. 1, 2 double knots. Then I put both strands of the yarn through my needle and put it into the same hole as the knot is on, and come out anywhere else really. And I'm going to give it a nice firm tug so the knot goes inside and it's lost inside. And that is how I make these sleepy eyes. That's how I make the sleepy eyes. I hope that was clear. You could use these sleepy eyes on anything. You could do, if you want to make a doll and you want to embroider the doll, or you're making it for a small kid or anything, it's up to you. You could do it on a doll. You could do it on a toy. If you want to do sleepy eyes, that's how you do it. All right, so now we're going to go do the trim. So we go back to the back of the doll where we have the jagged because it's a spiral, and that's the nature of spiral. One is going to be above and one is going to be below. So those are the two hoot loops I'm talking about. So we're going to attach our yarn onto this loop, which is the first loop. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I've attached it. I'm going to secure it with a chain like that. And I'm going to give it a nice tug to keep it tight. I don't really need to work on that chain. That chain is just there to hold it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 8 little shells for the trim. See these shells or these shells? I'm going to make 8 of them. And this is how I do it. So I have my yarn right here. I'm going to count 1, 2 and skip those 2 and make 5 double crochet into the third. So 1, 1, 2, this is the third, 1, 2, third. Okay. And I'm going to make 5 double crochets on this loop. Don't worry, I know it's kind of loose here. Oops. I know this yarn is kind of loose now and keeps coming up, but we're going to tie a knot at the end and it's not going to do that. Why am I doing a triple crochet? Actually, I think I will do it with triple crochet. I think that would look good. So the pattern does say double crochet, and you should do it in double crochet if you like, but I want to see how it would look in triple crochet. This one right here is done with double crochets, but I'm going to do this one with triple crochet just for the heck of it. Like I said, the pattern, you know what? You do things your way. The pattern is however it is, but do things your own way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is just on the go. I just decided I'm going to try to do it with triple crochet just so I could see what it looks like. So you don't really, like, if you take a pattern, I take all patterns and I think of it as a suggestion. Like, there's some stuff I wouldn't change. There's a reason why I got that pattern. There's parts of it that I really liked. But if I think that I want a more dramatic shell than what the pattern says, I can do that with no problem. All right. 1, 2, and this is the third one, and I'm going to do, oh, sorry. So I did 5 triple crochets here, and then I skipped 2 and slip stitched. And so now I'm going to do that again. Ooh, this table is moving a lot. 1, 2, I'm on the third FLO. This is the front loops of round, I think it's 25. Let me double check. My iPad sometimes does not like to cooperate. It's better than my printer, but it sometimes doesn't want to cooperate. So this is on round 25. We're at the FLOs of round 25. So here we are. I'm doing, you could do 5 double crochets like the pattern says, or you could do 5 triple crochets. I don't know if I like the 5 triple crochets because I haven't done it yet. This is the first time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is my third triple crochet. 4 and 5 triple crochets. Skip 2. 1, 2, get onto the third right here into the front loop and do a little slip stitch. So again, triple crochet, skip 2, 1, 2, skip 2, do 5 triple crochets. 1, 2, or double crochets like the pattern says. Double crochet will look like this. Will look like this, and triple crochet will look like however this is going to look like at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, onto the third loop, slip stitch. I forgot to, I'm sorry if you're hearing any background noises. I forgot to close my door. I hope you're not hearing anything. You know what? I'm just going to pause it and close the door just in case. My kids aren't being especially loud, but just in case, I'm going to go close the door. All right, so I'm back. And we're going to continue doing our triple crochet. Skip 2, 1, 2, and get into the front loops and do 5 triple crochets. 1, 2, oopsies. So this is my second triple crochet. I think this is going to make a more dramatic little border around her head, little trim. Why did I decide to do this 1, 2, 3, 4 when I was making this pattern is because I felt like it looked a little messy with the legs coming out, and in case there's a domes, this gives a nice hiding for it, and I think it looks pretty too. So 1, 2, get into that third front loop and slip stitch. Sorry, I went off the camera, didn't I? All right, so 1, 2, into. I have to say the stitch, like the basic stitches that I like the least in single crochet, in crochet is the slip stitch. I do not like the slip stitch. 1, 2. I mean, I use it all the time, obviously. Everyone uses it all the time. But it's the one I don't like I like the least. 4. I hope I was on camera then. 5. I need to teach myself how to stay on camera when I'm crocheting like this. 1, 2, and then slip stitch. Sorry, I'm off camera because I'm having a little trouble doing the slip stitches. And that's why I mentioned I don't like the slip stitches too much. I mean, I like it. It's crochet. I like crochet. But it's the one I least enjoy. All right. 1, 2, get into the third front loop. And then you do your triple crochet, which is splitting on me. All right. So since here we go. I don't know. I tried to keep this video short. I hope it's going to be short. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more to make it 5. And then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, get into the third one, and make a slip stitch. Then I'm going to do another triple crochet. 1, 2, get into the third one, and do my triple crochet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the third triple crochet. Now my fourth one. And my fifth one. Just double checking to see if you can see what I'm doing. Skip these two, 1, 2, right here. I'm going to slip stitch. My slip stitch. Yo, stop coming out of my hook. Seriously, I did all of them without too much trouble. And then this one decides, hey, I'm going to give you trouble because you said you don't like me. Okay, triple crochet, skip to 1, 2, and get on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my last triple crochet, and now you're going to see, oh, there's only 2 loops left. Where do I slip stitch? Now if you slip stitch here, it's going to feel like you are under it. So what I go is I do go back to the first loop that we actually attached the yarn in, and I slip stitch there, so it gives the illusion that there's no jogging. I mean, if you look carefully, you'll still see it. Okay, slip stitch is not working for me again. Right there. So now we're done. This is the trim. Let me cut the yarn and pull it through. This is how our little octopus, why am I saying octopus? This is how our little jellyfish looks right now. Let me turn it around in case I remember to turn the video around. So this is how it looks. So now we're going to just finish this part off and cut off the ends. This is what I do. This is the end that I just cut off. It is not the first end. It's the one that I just cut off. Whoops. All right. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to go under this shell, the shell part, and just bring my yarn under. So it's in the same place. Right now it's over. I will tie this with a double knot. See, I don't know how to weave in ends on shawls and stuff. I'm learning, but I'm used to making knots. I make knots and then I lose them inside my piece. All right, so now I'm going to go into the stitch right under where I made my knot. Pull out my thing. Give it a firm tug to make sure that the knot is inside and not outside. And I've cut my yarn. And there we have it. That's the trim. So now is the hardest part. This part was not hard at all. It was relatively easy, didn't take too much yarn, blah, blah, blah. This took a full 100-gram ball of yarn. I don't have a yarn label with me, do I? This is more than 100 grams. This is 200 grams. So I don't know how many yarns, but it took a full skein of Lion Brand Ice Cream Cotton Blend yarn. So just to give you an idea of how much yarn you're going to need for the tentacles. Now, I'm going to do the tentacles my way, the way I designed it, because that's how the length of the tentacles, I'll do how I designed it, which is 76, chain 76, and then do 3 single crochets into each chain. But you don't have to. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter, you can do whatever you want. You could decide, hey, I don't need them all to be the same length, let me do different lengths. Okay, since we want this to be nice and soft and squishy, if you used the same hook as I did, which is a 3mm on the top, it's time to change your hook. Now, I made a mistake earlier today when I was showing you which hook I used. I showed you my 3.5mm, but you're actually supposed to be using the 3.75. I can't even see if you could see that. So this is an F hook. You're supposed to use a 3.75mm hook. Now, the way I wrote it in the pattern, and I'm going to tell you why I write things like this in a pattern. The way I wrote it in the pattern is that you make each tentacle separately and then you sew it onto the bottom. And the reason I write my pattern like that is because I haven't made it yet. And I very rarely make a second one right after a first one for anything. I really can't stand doing that. Making two things at the same time, back to back, I really can't stand doing that. I only ever do that if I got an order for two things. So I need the flexibility to know where I want to sew stuff. So I do make them separately when I'm first designing it. But now that I have already designed it and I know what I'm going to do already, I know what length I'm going to do, I know all these little details, I could do hacks. And this is a hack I'm going to show you. This is not how it's written. In the pattern, you're going to take this, you're going to chain 76, you're going to work 3 single crochet into each chain, and then you'll have a long tentacle like this that you will later sew onto your jellyfish. But the way I'm going to show you right now is a hack, or is a way where you don't have to sew. So this could become a no-sew jellyfish. So what I'm going to do is not the last row, not the 6, but go to this row where there's 12. And you stick your hook in and pick up a stitch right here, like that. So you have a single crochet in between. You take your yarn. This octopus, why am I saying octopus? This jellyfish is going to be a scrappy jellyfish, which means I'm going to be using, well, it's not what I consider scrap yarn, but I've used working yarn, which is yarn that's, big enough to start an amigurumi with. But that's not going to be enough yarn. Like I said, I needed a whole skein for this. This, I've already used a whole lot. So I don't know. I don't think I have enough for 8 tentacles. So I'm going to make 1 tentacle right now with this color. And then I'll make 1 with that color. And then 1 with this color. And then 1 with this color. But you can do it however you like. If you want to use the same color yarn for your tentacles, which is what I did for this guy. Same color. This is all the same yarn. I did not change anything in that one. Then do it like that. Do it your way. Now I'm going to change 76, and to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter if you change 76 or not. The difference is going to be the length of your tentacles are going to be smaller if you chain less. If you chain more, it's going to be bigger. You can do your tentacles like 1 tentacle long, 1 tentacle short. It's up to you. Now I like to keep it a little bit on the long side, so like the newborn has a place to grip, because after all, why are we making it? For me anyways. You could be making it for a whole different reason. For me anyways, why am I making it? To comfort a newborn. So I want to give a long enough tail for them to grip on without, the head getting in the way or weigh it down, whatever. So I'm doing chain 76. So 1, 2, this is the only time I'm going to count in front of you. I'm going to show this part, and then I'll show how you do 3 double crochets into the first chain. Maybe I'll show the second chain, and then I'm going to go off camera for the rest, and I'll come back to show you what to do next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I'm like a kindergartner. I know how to count. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. Okay, I'm not going to make you listen to me count to 76 again. But this is how we start the tentacle. We have this big chain of 76, and we're going to do 3 double crochets starting from the second chain from the hook. So I'm just going to show you, we want it to twist. Now, if your chain twists on you, I wouldn't worry about it. If if you want a nice straight chain, if you keep your chain straight, this is how the tentacle will look. But if it twists a little bit, it's just going to have a different type of movement. And I think that's okay. I don't think you need to stress about if your chain twists. It's just going to be a little bit different, and that's okay. We don't have to be, you know, I think sometimes a little bit different adds personality to your piece. Okay, so I did 3 there. I'm going to do one more time. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to continue doing 3 double crochets in every single chain all the way back up. Now, if you prefer sewing and you don't want the awkwardness of the fact that the octopus is on you, you can do it that way. You don't have to do it my way, the way I'm showing you. So at the end of this, you're going to have 225 double crochets up the chain. Honestly, though, I never counted it. I just did the math. I went on my phone and I said, okay, if I do 3 single crochets into 75 chains, how many double crochets am I going to have? And that's what I did. I do not count it. I'm not counting to 225 for this, because seriously, it doesn't matter. If you accidentally put 2 into one chain, then you accidentally put 2 into one chain. It's not that noticeable. But for those who really like to have, there are some people who really wants it proper, who really wants the numbers straight on so they know what they're doing. The number is going to be 225 at the end of the chain. So keep finishing this chain, and then I'm going to show you how to do the next chain when I finish. So come back, finish up this chain, do 3 double crochets into every single chain. If it twists a little bit, it'll be just a different like twist. It's okay. It's okay if it twists a little bit. If you are a perfectionist, kind of like me, then you'll try to make it not twist. But if it does, don't worry about it. If you're not a perfectionist, if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. It bothers me. I'm just being straight. I understand that I could leave it like that, and sometimes I think I should leave it like that, but I always end up frogging and fixing it. But you don't have to do that. You could just keep on going. Don't be a perfectionist like me. It makes life harder. All right, so continue doing 3 double crochets into each chain. Double crochets. If I ever said single crochet, I'm wrong. It's a double crochet. 3 double crochet into each chain, and then come back to single. So I'm back. I finished one tentacle over here. Now I'm going to show you what to do for the next tentacle. Now, if you're using the same yarn, this will be a little easier. But if you're not, I'm not using the same yarn, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing right now. So I really want to get rid of some of my yarn in my bin because my bin is overflowing. And so I decided, not that I had enough of this chai latte comfy cotton. I don't even know if I have enough for another tentacle. I'll try though. I took out some of my Hobby Lobby cotton yarn. I could have used this again. I have another skein of this. I have it in orange and I have it in brown. But I chose these because these are taking up space in my bin. You know, my bin with my working yarn. Or scrap yarns, as most of you would call them. Okay, so let's just pretend I'm using the same yarn, okay? I just, you know, finished off the 2 single crochets and changed my yarn. But we're going to pretend I'm using the same yarn. If you're using the same yarn, there's very few ends to weave in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the next stitch and pick up the next stitch. I'm not cutting the yarn. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to continue. I'll just pick up the next stitch, and then I'll chain another 76 and just continue doing it. So I don't like slip stitch, so I'm just going to single crochet it. If you can slip stitch it, slip stitch it. If you don't, just single crochet it. I'm just, my slip stitches today have been, So I decided to just single crochet it, but it's okay. You could slip stitch it, you could single crochet it, whatever you want. So what I did there, I put the stitch in, I attached it to the next place over, and I'm going to chain 76 and then do 3 single crochet into each chain again, just like this. And I'm going to continue doing this 8 times. And instead of cutting the yarn, especially if you're using the same yarn and not changing it like I am, instead of cutting your yarn, just keep it and just get in, like work into the next stitch and continue. And that way, you'll have only these 2, this one and the last one that you worked on, to weave in. And so you have very little to weave in. It becomes a no-sew. It is awkward to crochet with a little bit, like not at the end, but when you're getting towards here, it is a little awkward. So you might want to say, oh, I'd rather not deal with the awkward, and I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna use, make 8 individual tentacles and sew it on. That is totally up to you. I'm not judging you. If you want to do it that way, you do it that way. But this is how I do it because I would rather avoid sewing when I can. And like I said, my patterns are written with full sew because I need to see and have the flexibility to put stuff in certain places before I think of any, you know, I'm calling them hacks. But before I could think of any hacks on how to make it no-sew, I kind of need to know where everything is going. So I decided to show you this like this. So I'm going to continue making all 8 tentacles, and when I'm at the end, I will probably weave in, since I'm using different yarns, I have more ends, I'll probably weave in these before I come back, and I'm going to show you how to weave in the last 2, which is not hard. What do? I make knots. I make double knots, and then I hide it inside my pieces. Shh, don't tell anyone. I make knots when I make when I crochet. But basically that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tie a little knot and then hide it in, just like I did here, just like I did with the eyes. But I'll show you how I do it anyways. So just continue doing all of that. I'm going to be using a bunch of colors, so I will have some more ends, and I will get rid of the ends so it's not so confusing before I come back on. And then you'll have a finished jellyfish. We're that close. Okay. I'm saying we're close to finish, but no, we're not. This is the most work. This is where all the work of this jellyfish is making these tentacles. So there's not much more filming for me, but this is where all the work is. So I'll come back maybe later today, probably tomorrow, and I'll show you how to finish it off. See you in a bit. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Here is my jellyfish. All the crocheting is done. All of these tentacles are done. Yes, I know, it's tedious. Remember, like, when you write a pattern, people want exact stuff written on it. But when you're making something, it's yours, not the pattern writer's. It's yours, and you can do it your way. So if you feel like these tentacles are too long, I feel they're just right, obviously. That's why I wrote it like this. But if you feel like these tentacles are too long, make them shorter. If you feel like they're too short, make them longer. If you've already done one and you're like, whoa, this is way too long, you can do it in different lengths. It doesn't have to all be the same. It's your doll, do it your way. There's always that level of creativity leveled at you, available to you, not leveled at you. I don't know what that means. But the point I'm trying to make is, when someone is writing a pattern, they're going to make it as exact and easy to follow as possible, and they write it their way. But you get to make your jellyfish your way. Now, this is, of course, the main reason we're making these, because this is what the newborns, or the preemies, like to hold on to. So we're making it for these. So I like to have it long enough that it's pretty if you're holding it, but also long enough for a baby who might not be strong enough to pull this way or pull that way, and still be able to hold on, have a nice grip onto the tentacles. Anyways, like I said, your way. You might even just be making it for yourself to, you know, just, oh, I forgot to weave in one end, but that's okay. I'll do it now in front of you guys. Okay, so here we are at the finishing. I just made my last double crochet right here. So what I'm going to do is take out my needle, because I'm going to need it, and I'm going to cut my yarn, I think around here. That's a long enough tail. And so this is what I like to do to finish this off. I like to, I should have like threaded the, okay, it's done. What I like to do to finish it off is find out, where is this? See where that is? It's right there. So I want my tail right here to come out the same hole. So I go in to the hole where I made my my slip stitch or single crochet, depending on which ones you did. I did a mixture of slip stitches. I did single crochet when on camera because I was getting frustrated with slip stitches, but the rest of them I did with slip stitch. So you come out so that you're coming out of the same hole as your first stitches. Now if you did them all the same color and used one skein of yarn, you're not going to have this here. It's because I used multiple colors. I had multiple ends to weave in, and I just missed this one. So assuming that you made one like this with one skein of yarn, and so you never changed your colors as you did a tentacle, so you just went straight to the next tentacle, this is how it's going to end, with two ends. So I make sure that this one, which was just hanging around, is coming up the same hole as my first one. That's the hole that I first picked up, the single crochet that I first picked up. And then I just tie a knot. And that is all I do. So once I tie the knot, I just hide it inside, hide the knot inside my project by going into the same hole as the yarn is coming out of and just pulling it out any random place, whatever is convenient. And then I give it a nice tug. And what the tug does is it takes the knot and pulls it into the project so you don't see it. And then I just cut the ends. And that's finished. I don't have anything to tie this with, so I'm just gonna hide it inside. Which is something else you could do. You could do that too if you like. I prefer knotting, especially there, because it pulls your single crochet, your double crochet is kind of just hanging. It kind of pulls it in. So over there, I prefer a knot. I usually knot everywhere. So these are my octopi, my jellyfishes. I don't know why I keep saying octopus. I don't know. All right. I changed the pattern in front of you guys when I was making this, and I made these triple crochet, and I don't like the triple crochet. The triple crochet is just tending to curl up like that. Do you see how it's curled up? Instead of laying nice and downwards like it's supposed to. So just something for you to note. You can make it your way, whether you want to use triple crochet or double crochet like I did in this one. I just wanted to point out that the triple crochet, unless I pull it down like I just did, is always curling up. Anyways, these are the jellyfish. Let me see if I could put them all on frame. This is what it looks like. And I hope that if you choose to make it, that you enjoy making it. I hope you find the pattern clear if you chose to buy it, or myself clear if you chose just to follow the tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please let me know by liking the video or commenting. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Bye!